Hey, good morning. I hope that you had a wonderful Easter weekend. Welcome back to school, our third week of distant learning. So glad we're seeing each other a little bit anyway. Our hangouts seem to be going good too. So today's math lesson is focusing on fractions. I would highly encourage you to take some time and go to BrainPop, www.brainpop.com. The login is Team56 and the password is Nuggets. And once you get in there, go ahead and search for fractions. And anything that you can watch under fractions is going to only help you become stronger and stronger at math. So it's a great resource for you if this is kind of tough, which, fractions is new for us, so it can be kind of hard. So hang in there and don't worry about it. Today we're going to need our journal, and we're going to be looking at page 232 of our journal. So we're going to look at fractions on a number line. So I'm going to pull that up. While I pull that up, you can hit pause and go grab your journal and turn to page 232. So here we go. We have fractions on number lines. So when we look at this, the most important thing is to take a peek at how many parts each fraction line is put into. So we see that this fraction is starting at 0, and then it's making 1 hop, it's making 2 hops, and then it's making 3 hops. So there are 3 equal parts. So if we have 3 equal parts on this number line, that means our denominator, our bottom number, is going to be 3 because we've cut this number line into 3 equal parts. Now don't be confused. There are 4 hash marks, but there are not 4 parts. So we're only looking at how many parts there are. So we can go ahead and fill in all of the other spaces because we know that this number line is divided into 3 equal parts. Okay? So now we're going to look at those parts as we come forth on the number line. So we know that the very first hash mark is going to be 0 because we haven't traveled a distance. We haven't looked at a part. So we start with 0/3. Now as we travel this first hop, we end up at the second hash point. So we have right here 1/3. So if we go back to 0 and we travel to the next hash point, we have 1/3. And then the next part will be, you got it, 2/3. So we've gone 1/3, 2/3, and now the final hop will bring us to 1, which is the same as 3/3. And hopefully you're noticing the pattern. The denominator has stayed the same because we're looking at thirds. The numerator changes as we add more parts. 0/3, 1/3, 2/3, and 3/3. All right, so hopefully that was review for you. Let's take a look at number line B. Now we're looking at the same thing. Now notice on this number line, the whole, the 1 is right here. Okay, that whole piece is right here. On the first number line, it wasn't till the very end. Okay, so let's take a look from 0 to 1. So it's 1 equal spot, and it's 2 equal pieces. So there are 2 equal pieces from 0 to 1. So that tells me then that our denominator is going to be, Bennett, what's it going to be? Yeah, 2. Our denominator is going to be 2. Okay, now if we continue to look over here, you can see, hey, between 1 and 2, we still have 2 equal parts, right? There's 1 part and 2 parts. So from one hole to the next hole, we still have 2 equal parts. So that means that our denominator, Ella, continues to be, yeah, 2. Good job. I miss your smile, Ella. There it is. Our denominator continues to be 2. Now, if we go back to our first number line, we'll see a pattern, 0, 1, 2, 3. Let's see if that pattern continues here. So we started off at 0, so we have 0 halves. We do a jump. We have 3 halves. We're going to do another jump. Now, oh, Mrs. Martin, you did it wrong. Did anyone catch it? Come on, who caught it? I heard Parker caught it. Of course Parker caught it. Catches it. He caught it. Yeah, it's not 3 halves, Mrs. Martin. I did that on purpose to see if you were paying attention. From 0, we have what? Yeah, it's only 1/2. Goodness gracious, I hope some of you caught that. It's not 3 halves. It's only 1/2. Remember, we have to go in succession. 0, 1, 0, 1. Well, what comes next? Now we have 2 halves. And if we count our halves again, 1, 2, this one is going to be 3 halves. And so if we get all the way to the number 2 on the number line, we know that that has to be 4. Look at the pattern, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, our denominator stays the same because we're working with halves. So our denominator stays the same. We're working with halves. All right, let's look at number line C. Same thing. We have 2 wholes. So our whole piece is going to be right here. Well, let's find out what our break is part, how many equal parts there are. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this tells me if there's 4 equal parts between 0 and 1, there should be 4 equal parts between 0, 1, and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So each part was 4 parts. So that means then that our denominator, Cohen, is, yeah, Cohen 4. So we can go ahead and put our denominator in because we're working with fourths. All right, took a little while, but we're getting there. It's not most perfectly straight, but we're getting there. Okay, so if I have nothing, I have 0 fourths. So now we can go ahead and fill in our hops. I want you to hit pause, fill in your hops. Welcome back. Hopefully you hit pause, and hopefully you're going to see that the pattern is the same as the previous pattern. 0 fourths, 1 fourth, 2 fourths, 3 fourths, 4 fourths, 5 fourths, 6 fourths, 7 fourths, and 8 fourths. Good job, my 3rd grade friends. All right, I want to see if you can figure out number line D on your own. So hit pause and go ahead and fill that one in. So my 3rd graders, if you're back, hopefully you were able to fill this one in. We found out that there were 3 equal parts. We got 1 part, 2 part, and 3. So 3 equal parts. And then if you follow along, the pattern continues to the 2 spots. So 0 thirds, 1 third, 2 thirds, 3 thirds, 4 thirds, 5 thirds, and 6 thirds. Okay? All right, let's turn the page and take a peek at the next spot. All right, we're going to continue where we left off. This time they want us to figure out the missing part. So as I look here, you can see this. Ooh, that's not a very good color to use, is it? We'll use purple. What's going on here? Oh, my eraser was on. I'm so sorry. So this is the spot right there that they want us to find. So we're going to have to go back and do the same thing that we did on the previous page. So let's take a look. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's 4 parts. So that tells me that my denominator is 4. So if we travel 1 distance, it would be 1 fourth. If we travel 2 distance, we're going to go 2 fourths, and then 3 fourths, and of course 4 fourths. Okay, that little yellow dot names the point, 3 fourths on the number line. Now we can continue the pattern, 4 fourths, 5 fourths, 6 fourths, 7 fourths, and we end with 8 fourths. Okay. All right, good job, my friends. Okay, I want you to try 2 and 3 on your own. Okay, they've given you hints. We're looking for the point number. So here's the point number on number 2. And here is the point number on number 3. Okay, give those a shot on your own. You don't need to take a picture of them. You can show moms and dads later when you have some time. Okay. So again, try those 2 on your own. Little bit of fraction advice. Take your time. Think about it. Remember, North Dakota, ND, numerator over denominator. Now, when you're talking about equivalent fractions, just a little review. What we do to the top, we also do to the bottom. And I would also highly, highly recommend, if you have time, to go take a peek at Brain Pop. Again, Team 56. Password is Nuggets. Google fractions or search fractions once you get on there. And there's some really great movies there that could probably explain it a lot better than I have today. So, hey, tomorrow we're going to look at mixed numbers for just a little bit, and then we'll work on your math boxes. So thank you, my friends. It was great seeing you today, and I can't wait to see your beautiful faces tomorrow.